Futurists, ambassadors of humanity to the universe. They are the embodiment of reason, those who ask fundamental questions about life, matter, origin, and purpose. Highest questions. Their task is to be a bridge between humanity and other possible civilizations, to bring the Earth into dialogue with the universe through the language of intelligence, ethics, and understanding. In a universe with an infinite number of planets and stars, the existence of biological life may be great and logical, given the scale of the universe and exoplanets. But life does not have to be visible on Earth. Life can possibly exist outside the conditions we are accustomed to and acquire reason. We cannot limit our understanding of reason to oxygen, DNA, or bodies outside. Reason can adapt in forms that are still unfamiliar to us, in plasma, in energy, in crystals, in symbiotic machines and organics, which require study. More hypotheses about life beyond by Melody Sheep. The living and the non-living are not opposites, but close forms of matter. Just as life cannot exist without stars, water, and conditions, so matter becomes alive when it develops the ability to self-regulate and learn. Life is also one, and species originate from each other. Perhaps life itself is creativity or convention, invented by that, the ability to form the highest creativity by someone, a reflection of the meaning given by someone or something. Humanoids. The same as us, we are still poorly developed, but this is just an example. Species that have surpassed other species in their worlds gain intelligence. Just as intelligence appeared on Earth in the form of man, in other worlds it was possible to change species that had overcome primitivism and reached a higher level of synthesis with nature, technology, and intelligence. These creatures can be humanoid, in form or in thinking. Some could be raised. They develop with the help of older intelligent forms that passed on knowledge to them, like parents pass on knowledge to their children. The universe can contain life in the form of simple species, or the same potential minds that were grown from their biological planets that became intelligent, surpassing simple species. If intelligence is a universal phenomenon, then in the language of intelligence it is possible to interact with all civilizations, according to its agreement. Just as water is universal for biology, so intelligence is universal for the conscious universe. Jacques Fresco also spoke about this, that the universal language in the world is technology, mathematics, engineering, and other areas of science.
After we establish the educational system and a language that has uniform meaning, not subject to interpretation, as long as subject to interpretation language, you're going to have wide variations in human conclusions. But if we can develop a language like mathematics or chemistry, or a language that has uniform meaning like engineering, in that case, most people will understand one another.
Given time and development, if they arose earlier, given conditions, humanoid species can be even more developed, but the universal language in the universe can be intelligence and technology. Either we, if we become advanced, will help other worlds to acquire higher values, because interstellar cooperation has significance, at the very least, in preserving intelligence through enlightenment. In this universe, universal phenomena and matter are one, and the one who studied them, he created similar technologies, capabilities, and even more highly developed, if they logically set priorities, as a link of intelligence in the chain, then they could become a civilization of type 2 and 3 on the Kardashev scale, if not more. And yet the universal language will be the approach to higher questions, since the growth of intelligence will not cease, since intelligence wants to know this universe and others, if there are any, in the strict sense to realize that such as existing as a phenomenon. Ambassadors of the universe. Futurists who ask the main questions, where do we come from? What is life? Why does matter come to life? Can become the first ambassadors of humanity. They are the ones who create a language that the universe understands, the language of thinking, science, ethics, and the search for meaning. Their role is not just to explore, but to present our Earth as an intelligent being, to enter into dialogue with other worlds, to share our history from the molecule to philosophy, from instinct to ethics, and to listen to their history. We could study the nature of life together with other civilizations, share creative adaptations, talk about our path, find common and unique. Ambassadors can be high minds in our world who also ask questions about the universe, how everything appeared, where we are from, how life is made from inanimate matter, and also its uniqueness, since life also teaches us knowledge. When it adapts, we see what creative solutions species use. We could become a fellowship with other minds. They would show us their world and their unique organics, just like us, and tell us our story of formation of the mind. In such a union of minds, we could exchange not resources but experience, ethics, the history of formation of consciousness. We can save each other from cosmic cataclysms. In case of further events in the universe, there may be serious tasks. The importance of the embassy. The universal language is intelligence, respect, logic, so that we can agree in a universal language and not crush each other, but allow each other to develop, passing on knowledge, since knowledge must be open to the universe. Other lives can be perceived as family, as friends, in search of common goals, and the desire to reach higher goals, other universes. And the most interesting thing is that developed civilizations can raise us in knowledge. Maybe they know many answers, share high technologies, etc., so that we do not suffer but simplify tasks. These are the thoughts of a real futurist. Stupidity as a threat. There can be no threat as such to stupidity with those who will be developed. Threats can come for now from those similar to us, stupid. Our weakness is that stupidity defeats us, mastering technologies that should not serve stupidity, but we ourselves will have to solve this mistake. Otherwise, other civilizations may perceive us as a threat and are likely not to help us, or they will help, but while stupidity is in our control, they can give the order to attack other worlds, and our minds will follow the extinction from the stupidity of others, as has been the case for millennia in all wars, and having a small number of minds and highly specialized ones at that makes no sense. Among us there are rare minds that can think big and logically, like Jacques Fresco, if you take into account others who have this opportunity, but for now it is too rare and the masses will simply enslave us. The real threat is stupidity with technology.
Now here they take a group of scientists and engineers and they work on flying machines. You give them a flying machine, they use it to bomb cities. You give them dynamite, which can be used for many different purposes, and they use it to blast people to pieces. So how can a person be scientific if they have allegiance to their country rather than to the earth and everyone on it and the intelligent use of resources? This would be a scientist to me.
Developed civilizations do not destroy, they explore. The threat comes from those who have not grown to responsibility for their powers. If humanity does not solve the issue of the power of stupidity, we can be perceived as a dangerous anomaly and not a partner. Our technologies do not serve reason, but chaos, because it is not minds that rule, but stupidity along with ambitions. Other civilizations, seeing risks in us, may turn away or protect themselves from us, and we will disappear not from them, but from our own stupidity. Conclusion. Futurists are not just predictors, they are messengers, ambassadors, a link between planets, times, and forms of being. Their task is to be the eyes, ears, and voice of Earth in the endless dialogue of the universe. The ultimate goal is a joint path to other universes, to the source of everything, to the heights of reason. We might be called Earthlings before aliens, but futurists will not be limited to one planet.